live stream. We shall start. All right, good evening, everybody. Welcome to DuePoint. My name is Rob van der Bijl. I'm one of the executives here at DuePoint. I'm going to be spending about 35 minutes with you as we go through our business proposition to you, because this is an invitation to this business that you're about to find out more. So if you have any questions, reserve those questions until after the presentation. I'm sure you're here with a host, someone that's introduced you. If you're on the live stream, welcome, wherever you may be in South Africa. It is raining here in Johannesburg. So if you have any questions, speak to the person that has introduced you to this business. All right, so let's begin. As you can see, we're a division of a company called Constantia Insurance Company Limited. So DuePoint was only founded 3 years ago, but Constantia as a business has been around for nearly 70 years. We've been in the insurance business. So we are a very credible business. I'll get into a little more detail about a business later on towards the end of the presentation. But as I said, DuePoint is a brand new division. Well, brand new, we're 3 years old. So we've got enough testimony to make a few claims, but to give you some background as to why this business was founded and some relevance to you so that you have some context to the existence of DuePoint, I'm going to discuss some factors that kind of attributed to the formation of DuePoint. So number one, economic and risk factors. You are here this evening watching this intro presentation because you want to earn extra money. Am I right? The people that shake their heads, you come for the free tea and coffee tonight, right? Not for the money. Exactly. And that is the necessity that people typically have when they come watch this presentation, is that yes, you want something extra, you want to make some extra money. That is certainly one of the biggest factors in DuePoint's context. This is mostly to mitigate a lot of risk factors. So if you look at all the risk from an economic point of view that is in your life currently, they seem to be building up, don't they, at the moment? And so these two factors come together. The risk is there that forces the necessity for you to come look and start looking at different business opportunities where you can potentially be making some extra money. From our point of view, one of the biggest aspirations we had as founders of the business is social entrepreneurship or social impact. We wanted to start having good effect in the community, in the country that we work on the economy that we all have to try thrive within. And so what we did was we decided to adopt a better distribution model, or a different distribution model. It is better because for someone, I've been involved in branding and marketing and advertising for 25 years. Traditional forms of advertising and marketing are becoming less effective. People are getting tired of advertising and marketing, and they're becoming more distrustful or mistrusting of typical forms of marketing and advertising. And so what we've done is we've thrown that model away and we've introduced this model of network marketing or referral marketing. You can call it word of mouth marketing, which is a lot more effective. And a lot of corporates globally are starting to adopt this form of marketing because they know it's so effective. And that's what we've done here at DuePoint. What we've done in the process is because we've adopted this form of marketing, we're able to create social entrepreneurship by offering or proposing this partnership to members of the public, where we can help empower each other to mitigate those risk factors, to answer those economic reasons of why we're here this evening. And so these factors all came together and DuePoint was born. The partnership that we're going to be proposing this evening, which includes you, obviously, and you might be wondering, well, what's our mandate? What does DuePoint expect us to do? How do we get involved in this business? What we want you to do is help us build channels of distribution. So a channel of distribution is really just a network of individuals. It's being able to get into the faces of consumers, and we want you to help us do that. And that's purely done by you just connecting people to us. The same way you are connected to this business this evening. This might be the first time you've ever heard of DuePoint, right? Because we don't do any marketing or advertising. You're not going to see us on TV or in the newspaper. You're not going to hear us on the radio. You're only going to hear about us if someone comes to tell you about us. And so your mandate is exactly the same thing. We're hoping that you will adopt this business as your own and decide to go out and connect other people. In doing that, what you're going to be doing is building a channel of distribution for yourself. And that's how you make money here at DuePoint, right? This answers the economic reason. So we're going to go through the list of benefits now of this business. This is going to be an easy slide for you to look at and just weigh up against any other business opportunity that you might be looking at, because I think DuePoint will come out on top every single time, right? But this will be for you to judge. So yes, number one, you want to create additional income. That's what we do here at DuePoint. That's how we empower people. That's how we create social impact. The nature of the income is very important, because this separates us from many other business opportunities, and that's the fact that we create recurring income. You'll hear about people speaking about passive income, annuity income. It's the same thing, right? It's the ability to make money while you're sleeping. Who ever thought that was possible, to make money while you're sleeping? And I'm not talking about the people that are on the street corner at midnight. Right? We're talking about legitimate money here, right? It's something that my father told me when I was fairly young. He said, get into business that pays you when you're sleeping. And I didn't know what he was talking about. I only through business started to appreciate his sentiment, because I realized in the businesses that I've been involved in the past, we never really got that right. Right? We were involved in service-based business. And in service-based business, you've got to be doing work to make any money. As employees, you are most certainly stuck in that problem. We call it activity-based income. And that's constrained by time, because you only have so much time in the day. You're only going to work so many hours a day at your job, right? 8 hours is the typical prerequisite to get your salary at the end of the month. And if anything risks that, you risk your income, right? You risk your livelihood. You risk the livelihood of your family if you're tied to this constraint of time. And so there's a lot of risk attached to activity-based income. And this is why the pursuit of recurring income has so many benefits. I'm going to go into that shortly, but you get to create this annuity-based income here at DuePoint. Why? Because we don't pay you for your activity. We pay you for the asset that you build. We pay you for the channel of distribution that you build here at DuePoint. There's also the power duplication that you certainly want to leverage here at DuePoint. It's your opportunity to go out and build a team around you. Good team building will allow you to build your channel of distribution that much faster, that much more effectively, and increase your recurring income, right? Exponentially so. And so that's something you definitely want to get involved in. The business is flexi-time. The amount of money that we've invested in technology here at DuePoint allows you to do this business anywhere in the country at any time of the day, because our business runs off your phone. Off your phone. You could be in the toilet making money in the toilet, right? What's this guy talking about? Making money while he's sleeping, making money in the toilet, right? We have that flexibility. We've got a wonderful testimony of a wealth engineer who's sick and he can't leave home because he can't drive a car, right? And so he's constrained, he's bound, he's homebound. He can't leave home, but he's still been able to build a successful channel because he just does everything off his phone, right? You get to do that. There's no startup capital in our business. So we've designed the business purposely to have a very low barrier to entry. That means that you're free to consider this business without the fear of any risk involved. How many times have you looked at a business opportunity and they want you to buy this whole box of products before you get started, or they want you to pay a starter fees or a big registration cost or a franchise fee, right? And there's a lot of risk. There's just risk attached to that opportunity. So now you've got to be very sure about what you're doing. Here you have liberty to try this business without any fear of risk, because we've designed it to have a very low barrier to entry, very low risk. At the same time, we're trying to make the business as accessible as possible to as many people as possible. And so we don't have qualifications or experience requirements. You get to build an asset here at DuePoint. So this is very important because it ties into the fact that we create recurring income. So your channel of distribution that you start building for yourself here at DuePoint, you have legal tender over that. That means you own your channel of distribution. And if you own it, it means you can sell it. All right? So we've had wealth engineers selling their channels of distribution over the last 3 years for various reasons. It also means that it doesn't retire you or retrench you. Do you see how we've mitigated that risk of your income being threatened by certain events? What happens if you get sick and you can't go to work and you run out of sick leave and you say to your boss, I can't leave home? Is he going to say, oh, don't worry, we'll carry on paying your salary. You take your time. Take your time. Sleep in late. You will never hear those words from your boss, right? Your income will end. Assets don't do that to you, right? And so you can earn this recurring income through your retirement into your 60s, 70s. We've got extremely successful wealth engineers that are in their 70s in this business, right? And you can carry on creating recurring income for yourself, and even upon death, you get to pass real wealth onto your spouse or onto your children. Real wealth, right? Not a funeral plan wealth, right? Real wealth, where you actually get to pass an asset onto the next generation that produces income every single month. You get to create legacy for yourself. You get to create dignity for yourself in this process. Those are two very important aspects. And then finally, there's no selling involved in our business, so we don't require you to do any selling. So you can get started in this business immediately because you don't have to have any knowledge on the products here at DuePoint. You can start tonight because all you're going to be doing is going out and selling to someone, listen, just come watch the presentation. I've got it on a USB stick, or it's on my phone, or it's on my tablet, or I've got it on my TV at home. Come watch 35 minutes of your life. That's all I require. Just watch it and you decide if you want to get involved in this business or not, right? And so there's no requirement for you to sell. The nature of our products are financial in nature. It means we don't have any stock and distribution issues. Like I said, there's no boxes of product that you have to buy. You don't have to bring a bucky to our head office if you want to be successful in our business, right? Imagine what that looks like if you're out selling product and you want to be successful. Your garage will be full of products. You're going to tell the spouse, move your shoes out the way. We're putting product here. We need space if we want to be successful. And so we make the business, from a product point of view, very convenient to do this business. But your success is still dependent on your ability to build a channel of distribution. So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. It begins with you. You become a wealth engineer and a product owner here at DuePoint, and now you're going out and connecting other people. When you start connecting people successfully, that's the beginning, the birth of this channel of distribution that you have, right? And those people that become wealth engineers because of you go out and do the same thing. And so you have this growth that takes place, this growth of your asset. This is what's paying you every single month, right? And so you want to leverage this duplication that's possible in your business as much as possible. Go out and find good people, resourceful people, not people that are going to be a burden to you, people that don't have resources. Go find the best people that you can, because it'll help you in this business tremendously. I'm going to show you examples of people that have brought in strong people on their, what we call your first point. Those are the people that you're introducing personally, and what effect that has had in their business, right? The effect is exponential. In other words, it magnifies itself more than you imagine. So this is what a channel of distribution looks like. That's what we're going to be focusing on building here at DuePoint, and that's what we pay you for at the end of every single month. So we pay you a base return fee of £27.50 for every product in your channel of distribution, right? But that's dependent on where that product lies in relation to you. So the first 5 people in that example that we showed you that you introduced to DuePoint, we call that your first point, and on your first point we actually pay you double the £27.50. So you're earning £55 for every product that is on your first point. So in other words, the people you introduce personally, if you had 10 people, you would be earning £550 every single month. That's an extra £6,000 a year that you've just generated for yourself. Right? And then when those people go out and connect other people, that's what we call your second point. And on your second point, again, we pay you £55 for every product on your first and second point every month, because it's recurring income. And so if you had 100 people on your first and second point, suddenly you're earning £5,500 a month. That's 60,000 a year that you've just generated for yourself. How would you like 60,000 Rand this month as a bonus check? Right? Lots of companies year end, this is typically the time of the year when companies will announce raises. They'll say we're going to give everyone so much raise. At the same time, we've got the country doing its budget speech, right? We've got all the economists coming out and saying this is what we've done in the last year from a growth point of view. If you were listening to the radio today or watching any news, you'll see that last year's growth has been calculated at 0.8% for our entire country, right? And so companies will take the lead off that and go, well, economy only grew by just under 1%. How can I give you a raise of more than 1%? That's unreasonable, right? But what has the cost of living increased by in the last year, right? Cost of living, groceries, traveling, petrol, all those associated costs have gone up more than 10%. And so now you have this massive deficit between what you're earning and what your cost of living is increasing by. And this is the problem that a lot of South Africans are facing. We've been experiencing that for the last 7 years, and it's not getting any better, unfortunately. And so this proposition is about taking control over your income, right? Because if you can grow your channel of distribution, you can give yourself an increase every single month in this business. And so as your third point grows, your fourth point, all the way out to the eighth point, you see the multiplier starts to drop from 200% down to 4%. Right, so by the eighth point, you've got a big channel. By the eighth point, you're earning 4% of the 27.50 Rand, but we don't limit you there. You have unlimited earnings here at DuePoint. There's no limit on the size of your channel, and there's no limit how much money you can make here at DuePoint, right? And so you can start earning in the first month, and then you can increase your earnings every single month until the day you die in this business, if you so wish. Because it's up to you. The accountability falls squarely on your shoulders. So people always want to know, well, how much money can someone make here at DuePoint? What can I expect? How much effort is required to build a business here at DuePoint? So we have this thing called this path to success. It's a 5-year plan. So it's a 5-year projection. It's based on a certain amount of activity, fairly moderate activity. It only requires you to connect 2 people every single month in this business. 2 every month, right? And so that's not a lot. We have some people that do 2 a day. In the business. But if you can do 2 a month, after 6 months you'll be earning about 2,500 Rand, right? One of the principles that we try to get wealth engineers to adopt here at DuePoint is the power of getting rid of debt as quickly as possible. Because our business, when we talk about social impact, our objective actually is social impact through wealth creation. We want people in this business to become wealthy. That's our goal, right? That should be your goal. If you come join our business, you'll know that's the goal we want for you. And if you adopt that goal, one of the stepping stones to creating true wealth in your life is first get rid of your debt. Can't become a wealthy person and still have overdraft, still have the fridge on hire purchase, still owe other people money, right? And so when we talk about 2,500 Rand after 6 months, some people go, oh, that doesn't sound like a lot. Groceries are so expensive. Petrol is so expensive. What's 2,500 Rand going to do? After 6 months of work, is it worth my time? But 2,500 Rand has a lot of power because in that example that we show there, you can see at the top it says reduce a 1 million Rand bond to 11.5 years. We can turn the 2,500 Rand in 11.5 years into 900,000 Rand if you pay your debt off a little bit faster. And a bond is like the cheapest interest rate you get in any debt instrument, right? Most debt instruments are way higher than what you get for a bond. Hire purchase sits at sometimes like 25% annually. If you just start getting rid of your debt, you can save yourself a fortune. So we're hoping that people, if they start making money in this business, they'll use that money to leverage their debt position. After 12 months, you'll be earning 9,000 Rand a month. That's over 100,000 Rand a year that you've generated for yourself in the first 12 months, right? And it's recurring income. It's recurring income. That's the power of it. Because in month 13 and month 14 and month 15, you can disappear. You can go on holiday and DuePoint's still going to pay you every single month. Because we don't pay for activity, remember? After month 24, you're close to 28,000 a month. After 3 years, 46,000 Rand a month. After 4 years, you're close to 70,000 Rand a month. And then after 5 years, 60 months of continuously connecting 2 people onto your first point every single month, you'll be close to 85,000 Rand a month. That's R1 million a year. I've been listening to networkers around the world that are on $1 million a year. Think about that. They've been involved in network marketing for almost a lifetime, so perhaps 20, 30 years. What are your aspirations in this business? Do you believe that you can get to 10 million Rand a year in earnings? Or does that just blow your mind and you think, oh no, that's not possible, right? This is academic, right? So this is just an academic example of what's possible, right? For us, it's very important from a credibility point of view to show you real people in our business, to show you what they're doing. And we've got something that we call Tattle Tuesday every single once a month. So every single month we do one evening where we invite wealth engineers onto stage and they come share their testimony. So you can go onto our YouTube channel and go look at all the testimony that we have over the last 3 years from people that started in the first few months of this business, right? They became profitable immediately. So you're free to go watch that. So the couple of people that we invited up onto stage this month, we've got Elaine. Elaine's from Pretoria. She's been in the business for 6 months. She's at that 2,500 Rand mark. Right, so if you look at her channel, she's introduced 19 people on her first point. That's helped grow a channel of 4 points in size, and she's got 47 people in her channel, right? So that's the power duplication. 19 she's introduced personally, 47 in a whole channel, producing 2,500 Rand a month. Then we've got Andile is from KZN, who's been in the business for 7 months, right? Now look at the difference here. His channel value is sitting at 5,000 a month after 7 months. He's only brought in 13 people. Whatever could the difference be? Perhaps Andile's brought in someone that is more resourceful on his first point. Maybe he's got better quality individuals on his first point, right? We've got thousands of wealth engineers joining this business every single month, and everybody is different. Everyone's completely different, even though the system is identical for everybody. And so you should understand that you can decide what you want out of the business, because we don't tell you how much you get out of the business. You have to decide what you want from this business. We've got a table that has money on it. You have to decide how much money you want off the table. Let that be your starting point. What is your desire in this business, right? Start there. On top of the returns program, so on top of paying our wealth engineers every single month, we've got a rewards program. So the rewards program is great because we've got lots of visceral rewards. Paying someone money into the account, we don't get to really experience the value of that, right? Unless we do Tell All Tuesday, because the money just appears in your account every single month and that's it. Through our rewards program, we get to actually enjoy the success of building channels here at DuePoint, because as you start to build your channel and your channel gets bigger, we've got all these milestones called ranks. And when you meet these various milestones, there are various checks and tools and all kinds of things waiting for you. At rank 5, you get a simple little USB drive, it's a little fancy USB drive that plugs into any device, tablets, phones, TVs, laptops. It's got lots of video collateral on there so you can share DuePoint with people easily. Right, so a clever little tool at rank 5. At rank 7, we spend a fortune. That number is getting bigger and bigger because the price of printing is going up. But we spend a fortune on business cards for you. So that's what the business cards look like. You can see all the wealth engineers holding up their business cards. They look like little blocks of gold. They cost us 17,000 Rand for one set. Some are shaking their heads thinking, how can you spend that much money on business cards? Are you crazy? Right? These are all tools to help you in this business. I promise you, when you sit down at a meeting with somebody, perhaps even a stranger, and you put a 17,000 Rand business card in their hand, it has massive impact because they've never seen business cards like that in their lives before, right? They will listen to you more intently when you tell them about this business called DuePoint. So these are all tools. At rank 9, this is also a tool. Even though you might look at it and go, oh, this is just a nice holiday, it is a business conference that we do for our rank 9 wealth engineers and above every single year for the rest of your life. It is business class flights for you and your family to a 5-star luxury resort. It's 7 days away and it's an all expenses paid trip. Everything from the moment that black car comes to pick you up and your family at the house, for the next 7 days, until the black car drops you off again at the house, you haven't spent a cent. Not a cent. Right? And we do that for you every single year for our rank 9s. And on top of that, by the time you're at rank 9, you've got 1,000 products in your channel, in your qualified channel, you're earning 20 to 30,000 a month. And your kids are telling everyone at school, we're going to Mauritius to a 5-star hotel for Christmas. Again. Right, so take a look, because we document every trip we go on. So I want you to imagine yourselves there, because it's available for everybody in this room. Every single person in this room has the ability to get to rank 9 easily if you're just consistent. So that's available for everybody and your families. You can see it very much a family affair. I think the kids have more fun than the parents do on the trip. So they get very excited about it. And they're also good motivators because your kids will say to you, you haven't done DuePoint today. What's going on? We're not losing that Mauritius holiday. You better start working. Right? 2 ranks later, we spend R250,000 buying you a brand new car. So you get to choose whichever car you want. We'll put R250,000 towards that, a little bit of fanfare. We give the car away. So that's already happened for wealth engineers. You can do that in 2 years if you want in this business. So you can get to rank 9, you can get to rank 11, all within 24 months. If you just put your mind to this business, apply yourself and remain committed daily to the process. That's available for everybody. So that's what our rewards program looks like. We're only at rank 11. The rewards program goes up to rank 28. 28. So there's still lots to be had. I was looking at the rewards program the other day. I was getting excited by the rewards program. I can't even partake in it. So there are much bigger, better things waiting for you, especially for those individuals committed to this process for the next couple of decades. It's going to be life-changing, generation-changing, because once you're able to get your generation, once you're the person that gets to move your family to another class, right, earning more, it changes that family for generations. You get to stay in that position, right? And that's what we want to do. That's the social impact we want to have here at DuePoint. But our business is not only based on giving out. It's not a charity business. We're a business. And we're built on products that form necessity with regards to wealth creation. So when you look at our products, we've designed the products to protect your wealth, your assets, right? If you look at any individual that has accumulated wealth over a lifetime, I promise you they've got a portfolio of insurance or investments to protect the assets that they've built, right? And that's what our products speak to. So take a look at the products. We've tried to make them as accessible as possible to everybody and at the same price for everybody. That's very important. So our first product is an insurance product and an investment product rolled into one. It's called Access Wealth. It's going to cost you only 324 Rand every single month. You get 100 Rand that gets invested into a tax-free investment fund every single month, and we also give you 120,000 Rands worth of personal accident death cover. So if you're killed in any form of accident, we'll pay out your beneficiaries, your family, 120,000 Rand plus whatever's in the investment. You've got full access to the investment. There's no delay period on withdrawing those funds. The second product is Wealth Guard. Wealth Guard is only an insurance product. It is personal accident death cover to the value of 1 million Rand, and it only costs 249 Rand a month. And it's accessible to everybody. So we don't discriminate against age or your health status. I've got a friend who's very fit. He's a cyclist, super fit. He's in his early 50s, but he's diabetic. He can't get life insurance. Insurance company won't even talk to him. So don't talk to us. We don't insure people your age that are diabetic. Right? Here, you can be 60. You can be diabetic. The premium's still 249. You still get 1 million Rands with a personal accident death cover. Right? Then thirdly, we've got Family Wealth. Family Wealth is a funeral cover product. It starts at 299 Rand a month. It gives you 20,000 Rands worth of funeral cover. It covers up to 5 family members. It gives the principal member 10,000 Rands worth of liability protection. So upon your death, not only do we pay that amount towards your funeral, but we also pay up to 10,000 Rand for any debt or liability that you might have. And then you can increase the cover to 30,000 Rand. You can increase it up to 10 family members. So there's some flexibility built in this product. But it's an awesome product, right? Awesome. We study our products very closely with regards to competition. You won't find a product like this in South Africa. Very innovative, and again, very accessible because you can get into that product before the age of 70, and the premium's still the same for everybody. Then we've got Wealth Points, finally. So this is our fourth product. Wealth Points aims to reduce your cost of living. So think about the money that becoming more and more expensive, those cost of living expenses every single month. What we've done is we've engaged with a number of businesses that we've partnered with. They've offered us various discounts and services that we then extend to our Wealth Points members. So for only 299 Rand a month, you get to engage in all those partners, and we're adding new partners all the time. So we recently just added Cell C, and the discounts vary. With Cell C, you get between 10 and 20% off airtime and data. Right? And there's some massive ones there. If you're going to buy a car, geez, the discount you can get on a car is going to save you 10 years worth of subscription fee to your Wealth Points product. So great product. We've got More information on the products on our website. We've got in-depth reviews. If you become a wealth engineer today, make sure you go watch the videos on each of the products, because it'll give you a much greater sense and appreciation of the value of these products in people's lives. Then a little bit of incentive for the month. So if you get started this month, be aware that we've got this thing called Wealth Quest running over March. It's called Let Me Entertain You. If you're able to start building your channel and get 20 new Wealth Points owners on your first and second point in the month of March, we will give you an extra 10,000 Rand on top of your return at the end of the month. Just like that. 1 month's business. 10 grand extra. Because I know we're all suffering this month. They call March, April, and May the debt hangover months. Who's having a debt hangover? Right? Because we suffer. November, Black Friday, you've got to buy stuff on Black Friday. Then it's Christmas. Then you suffer in January because you've spent all the money, and people default on payments in January, and then the debt collectors call. The debt collectors' busiest months, March, April, May, the debt hangover months. That's when you don't answer your phone. Don't know that number, I'm not answering. Right? We don't want people in this business to be experiencing that. We want people to start focusing on the positive. It's very hard to remain positive in our economy. When you go to work and you find out people are being retrenched. When you go to work and you're told, sorry, no raises for the 3rd year in a row. But if you can be part of a business where you get excited about doing business, excited by the prospect of increasing your income every single month, right? That's good for you. That is good for you, and it's good for your family too. So be aware of this Wealth Quest. There's great short-term value in that 10,000 Rand that you can make. And then over the next year, if you're brand new, we'll give you 365 days to connect 365 people. So if you want massive impact in your life with DuePoint, this is the incentive to get engaged in. It is very challenging. It's like me saying to you, okay, for those of you who want to run Comrades, we're going to do Comrades in less than 7.5 hours, and if you do that, we'll give you 1 million Rand. That's what we're talking here. We're talking difficult, right? But if you're willing to engage in this difficulty, in this challenge, there is massive reward for you. Because this challenge will turn you into a millionaire in 12 months. How do we do that? Well, if you connect 365 people on your first point, think about that. Your first point is going to grow by 300, and that's like having 365 board of executives on your board that are all going out and doing the same thing you are. Your channel will grow you'll get to about rank 12, 13 in the space of 12 months. So you've already got everything we've spoken about. The tools, the checks, the rank 9 holiday, the car. There's a Mediterranean holiday at rank 14. There's a massive check at rank 13. You'll be earning close to 50,000 Rand a month. And if you do it in the time frame that we allocated, we'll give you an extra, just to say well done, an extra 365,000 Rand cash. So, if you want to plan around this, you need to be speaking to about 5, 6, 7, 8 people a day. Because you have to get one person signed up a day and paid. They only have to pay for 2 months. They don't have to pay for 12 months. They only have to pay for 2. Right? So we're lenient. We're lenient. So make sure that you're unaware of the potential and the opportunity there. So the decision for me, very easily, and I mention this every single intro presentation, it is the easiest thing to desire, to want, to wish. It's easy. We have those thoughts floating around our heads constantly. Right? And so that's not the decision. For me, it's not the decision. I'm not really interested in people who my question to you is not, do you want to join? We're beyond that already. I'm beyond that. The people that don't want to join, they don't want to join, whatever. But the people that do want to join, that's the decision that I'm going to ask you to make. And the decision that I'm asking you to make is, how do you fit DuePoint into your life from today? Not as a New Year's resolution, not as a habit that you're going to break after a week, not as a hobby, not as something you do when you feel like it, but something that can change your life. Change your life. You have to take it with that seriousness, right? Because it can potentially change your life. So, when you leave this evening, I want you to have decided, this is how I'm going to fit it into my life. The first bit of time that I'm going to spend on DuePoint is going to be, and I want you to think about it and even write it down, it's going to be tomorrow or it's going to be on Thursday, or whenever you've got time that you can allocate to DuePoint, decide this evening. Be intentional about what you want to do. So it might be, okay, Saturday morning I'm going to make 3 hours for DuePoint. I'm going to make a list, I'm going to phone people, see what happens. That's how you get started in this business. You see what happens, right? Start building those good habits. A little bit of background on our business. So we're at the end of the presentation. Some background on Constantia and DuePoint. It might be the first time you're hearing about these businesses, but as I said, Constantia is nearly 70 years old. We're a very reputable business. You can go speak to anyone in the insurance industry. They will know who Constantia is. A very credible business. We are listed on the Joburg Stock Exchange. We are regulated by the Financial Services Board, or now called the FSCA, and we are audited constantly. Right, so you know this is a business I can be proud to partner with. It's not a fly-by-night business, it's not a business from overseas, it's a local business, a South African business, it's a business that wants to have impact in this country. So go do a little bit of snooping, because you have to build that belief and trust in our business from today. Because people will see it in your eyes. If I come to someone and say, I've got a wonderful business called DuePoint, I'm going to see in your eyes if you believe in your business or not, right? So go do a little bit of snooping so that you don't have any suspicions about the business. That's the FSP number that we operate under. A reminder that what is it? It's Tuesday today. On Saturday, I'm going down to Durban to do what we call our Durban Encounter. It's about a 3-hour business seminar that we do in different parts of the country. Durban is our first one of 2019. I'm very excited to go down to Durban because people like money in Durban more than the people anywhere else in the country. I've realized this. And so I'm hoping to go down to Durban to be able to interact with people and help them build wealth for 2019. If you're not in Durban, you need to find people that you can invite. It's not too late. You can still make a list of people that you know in Durban, or people that you know who know people in Durban. Make a list and just invite them. What's the worst that can happen? Phone 100 people, 10 come down to the business seminar, 3 join, suddenly you're making money out of Durban now because you've got a channel being built in KZN. That's how it works. So get people there, go online, click on our events tab and register for free. And with that, I wish everyone a prosperous 2019. I hope this presentation has been educational, at least giving you a little bit of awareness of what opportunity lies in South Africa when there's so little of it. And yeah, I sincerely wish you do have a prosperous 2019. When a lot of the country is going to be suffering, wealth engineers in DuePoint are going to be giving themselves raises once a month. How dare you? How dare you? So good luck with that. Thank you.